Hello, this is the WJTS News. I'm Bill Potter. In tonight's news, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department responded to two separate accidents this morning, about 2 hours apart. And the marching Jeeps were one of the few to perform at the ISMA preliminaries on Saturday with gold results. Also tonight, Mayor Denny Spinner talks about progress in Huntingburg. And in sports, Kurt Guxell looks at the high school football from this weekend. Plus, Inform features Jan Dugan with an invitation to you to the viewing of a documentary called Reject. Deputies with the DuBois County Sheriff's Department were kept busy early this morning with a pair of accidents that occurred 2 hours apart from each other in about the same vicinity. The first of which left local authorities searching for one of the vehicles and its driver, who decided to bolt from the scene of the accident that led to additional charges. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says just before 6 a.m. this morning, or today, a pickup truck driven by 32-year-old Scott Moore of Jasper was eastbound on State Road 56, about 2.5 miles east of Hayesville, while an SUV driven by 31-year-old Brittany Irwin of Shoals was headed west on Highway 56. Deputies say that it was at that time Irwin went left of center and struck Moore's pickup and left the scene after the crash. A search for Irwin's vehicle began among local law enforcement agencies. Officers with the Jasper City Police Department eventually found Irwin's vehicle traveling along 15th Street on the east side of the city. Officers conducted a traffic stop and made contact with Irwin, who admitted to police that she was involved in the crash and had left the scene. Meanwhile, back at the accident scene, deputies estimated damage to Moore's pickup at $2,500, while Irwin's SUV sustained $1,500 in damages. Neither driver was injured. Brittany Irwin was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on a Class B misdemeanor count of leaving the scene of a property damage accident. DuBois County deputies were assisted by the Jasper City Police Department. Then 3 people were injured and 1 driver was cited after speed was believed to have been a factor in a 2-vehicle accident that took place about 2 hours later this morning east of Hayesville. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says just before 8 a.m. Monday, a passenger car driven by 19-year-old Courtney O'Connell of Oak Forest, Illinois, was eastbound on State Road 56 east of the Kellerville Road. Deputies say at the time of the accident, O'Connell was traveling at a speed they say was too fast for the wet road conditions and went off the road to the right in a curve. Authorities say she overcorrected and her vehicle slid across the roadway into the westbound lane and spun around 180 degrees. Meanwhile, a vehicle driven by 47-year-old Danielle Crowder of French Lick was westbound on State Road 56. Deputies say the left rear of O'Connell's vehicle struck the Crowder vehicle in the front. After the collision, McDonald's vehicle went off the road to the left and came to a rest. Deputies say O'Connell was not wearing her seatbelt and was thrown from the driver's seat and into the rear seat of her vehicle upon impact. She was cited for speed too fast for weather conditions. O'Connell and her brother, 11-year-old Tyler O'Connell, were taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for treatment of injuries that were thought to be minor. Crowder was transported by personal vehicle from the scene to Memorial for treatment of her injuries that authorities also reported as minor. State Road 56 was shut down for about an hour while the scene was cleared. Both vehicles were a total loss. O'Connell was cited for speed too fast for the weather conditions. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department was assisted by Indiana State Police and Memorial Hospital EMS, who sent 2 ambulances and Hayesville first responders. A reported verbal altercation between a man and a woman in Jasper over the weekend led to the arrest of 2 Jasper women on charges of drug possession. Around 1 a.m. Saturday morning, officers from the Jasper Police Department were called to an area along the 1600 block of Main Street in regards to a possible disturbance taking place at that location. Officers arrived and made contact with 2 female subjects and 1 male subject and determined that there was a verbal altercation only between one of the females and the male. Police noticed that one of the females, later identified as 37-year-old Tanya Gunn of Jasper, appeared to be under the influence of drugs or narcotics and were given consent to search her belongings. That search resulted in the discovery of paraphernalia. Officers also identified the second female as 32-year-old Ashley Childress, also of Jasper, who also gave police consent to search her belongings as well. That search found additional paraphernalia and also a Sharps container with numerous used syringes in it. Childress and Gunn were both taken into custody. Gunn was charged with a misdemeanor count of possession of paraphernalia, while Childress was charged with a level 6 felony count of unlawful possession of a syringe and a misdemeanor count of possession of paraphernalia. Both were taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center. Northeast DuBois earned first place at Jasper competition. Jasper, Southridge, and Forest Park were washed out. The Marching Jeeps of Northeast DuBois earned a gold rating in the Indiana State School Music Association Scholastic Prelims and Open Class Invitational on Saturday afternoon at Jasper's Jerry Brewer Alumni Stadium. As the smallest school in their division, the Marching Jeeps received a distinction in general effect, best music, best visual, as well as the gold rating. Northeast DuBois was one of only 8 schools who took part in the Scholastic Prelims and Open Class, and the only local marching band who was able to perform at all on Saturday, thanks to Mother Nature. Mid-afternoon showers entered the area and increased in intensity as the day wore on, thus forcing the cancellation of the rest of the day's events. As a result, marching bands from Jasper, Southridge, and Forest Park high schools were unable to perform their shows. The Marching Jeeps, that is, advanced to the ISMA finals later this month at Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis. The Indiana Volunteer Firefighters Association District 18 held their annual district fire prevention parade this past weekend in Celestine. The 2017 Miss Flame was crowned over that event. Miss Flame for District 18 this year was Aubrey Ruxer, representing the St. Meinrad Fire Department. First runner-up was Caitlin Englert, representing the Birdseye Fire Department, followed by second runner-up Chloe Welp, representing St. Anthony. And finally, Miss Congeniality went to Caitlin Lee, representing the Huntingburg Fire Department. The Celestine Volunteer Fire Department was this year's host. Pine Ridge Elementary School received a $1,000 grant as part of Old National Bancorp's third annual Tools for Schools, a company-wide campaign created to help get the school year started right for countless students in need in local communities. The grant promotion was in September, and people were asked to visit Old National's Facebook page to vote for a school to receive a Tools for Schools grant. More than 99,000 votes were cast for nearly 840 schools in approximately 358 cities throughout Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The schools with the most votes received a $1,000 grant, and the one with the most overall received a $6,000 grant. The Community Foundation of Crawford County will soon accept applications for grants to nonprofit organizations serving Crawford County. The foundation will award approximately $60,000 for needs such as equipment, staff, and volunteer training and education, out-of-school time education, and new or expanding programs. All 501c3 organizations whose grant purpose serves Crawford County residents are encouraged to apply. Applications are available online at cf-cc.org or via email. The grant cycle opens Thursday, October 12th. Applications are due in the office by noon on December 4th, with the award ceremony to be held in the evening of February 8th, 2018. For more information, contact the Community Foundation of Crawford County at 812-739-2616, 812-739-2616, or by email at wjackson@cf-cc.org. Now please stay tuned. Monday with the Mayor featuring Denny Spinner of Huntingburg is coming up. Also weather, sports, and inform still to come on 18 WJTS News.